Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Broken Sword 2, and when last we left off, George has managed to navigate the myriad of jungle beneath him to get to this plateau. From here, we can see pretty much all of Zombie Island. That said, the game isn't going to let us see what's behind us, so clearly what's behind us isn't important. It is a breathtaking view, though. Somewhere down there is Ketch's treasure. Hopefully. Either that or Ketch decided to move it, and this is all one giant wild goose chase. We could find our marker from here, because we have a handy place where we're blatantly told, hey, use the theodolite here. And so we're going to use the theodolite in these small 3 grooves in the stone, so that we can try and find the marker. And don't ask how George has managed to carry this all this way. It's a mystery I think we'll never get the answer to. It's all set up and ready to go.
It was Bronson's theodolite, now being put to a nobler use than petty larceny.
Let's see what we can see.
The hill I was on had reminded me of a camel's hump as I'd climbed up it. Now I had to see what I could see.
Let's look this way, and the other way. I think we'll start looking right first. There's more to see to the right than to the left if we take the view that we were given when we looked either way. It is very pretty, though. No marker yet, though. We know what to expect because we've looked through the theodolite before back on Ketch's Landing. It'll be a glint in the distance. We haven't found it yet, but we still haven't found it. And now we found it. There is that glint.
It was the marker which I had raised up the needle of rock.
So somewhere here is what we need to find.
Heck, Ketch could have hidden his treasure anywhere. This island's full of hiding places.
You're not wrong there. Let's have a look at this one.
I could see the marker I had fastened on the rock down in the forest, and right in line with it, that had to be where Ketch had hidden his treasure.
That is a bit of a stretch, George, but hey, if you want to believe that, it's better than anywhere else, I suppose, to have a look. And there is now another way that we can go. We can go this way, as well as this way. This way leads to progress.
The track led in the direction of the rock I'd seen through the theodolite.
Well, let's go, and try not to fall as you descend down this plateau. You'll do fine. Meanwhile, back in London, Nico has managed to find the boat. It's not a very big boat.
It was Tower Bridge, a magnificent mess of mock Gothic architecture and Victorian engineering.
It's not just the Tower Bridge, though.
It was the Tower of London, originally built by the French, naturally.
Can we left-click these?
My business was here, not on Tower Bridge.
And is your business here but not there?
I was too busy to play the tourist.
Indeed, we need to find that stone, and we have found the boat. How can we tell? Because Pablo is here.
The Xibalba Princess lay at anchor just below Tower Bridge. I knew I'd found the right ship as soon as I saw Pablo at the rail.
We also need to have a look at the other guard, and we need to presume that both Pablo and the other guard are armed and ready to kill us.
A guard patrolled the deck. He was sure to be armed.
Indeed, he is sure to be armed, and they know about us, and they know what we're trying to achieve. At least I believe they know what we're trying to achieve, so they will just kill us.
It was the door to the boat's main cabin.
We want to go in there, I imagine.
It looked like the door to some sort of utility locker. Metal hooks had been welded onto each side of the doorframe.
That's handy. It's almost like we could put this there to block it shut.
A mop for swabbing the deck stood against the wall.
We can grab that, but we're not going to try that just yet. There's still more to see.
A ladder gave access to the cabin's roof.
That's probably a good place to hide.
It was a porthole to the main cabin.
And I imagine the one next to it will have the exact same examine.
It was a porthole to the main cabin.
And I take it talking to either of the guards isn't going to end well. This is definitely a point where I want to go and save. I do believe that we will die here if we're not careful. There we go. Can we have a conversation? This isn't going to work, but we could try.
Pablo would probably shoot me on sight.
Indeed, he probably would.
I couldn't let the guard see me.
Can we grab this, though?
I didn't think I had time to get to the mop before the guard reappeared.
It is quite a trek. There is this, though. We could go to this, crate.
It was risky, but I thought I could get to the next crate unseen.
We're going to have to try, aren't we? Carefully does it. Go now. Now we're closer, which means that we can better get access to things on the boat. We're not going to have to move as far. We're also going to save again. When the guard goes past, we're going to try and grab this mop here and see what we can do with it. Perhaps we could use it to knock out the guard. I highly doubt that. And we're just checking all the items that we have here. We still have everything. Alright, you've not passed yet. Time for you to go get that mop. Ah, I think we might have been spotted. And shot! Well, that's what will happen. We're going to have to restore here and try that again. This time with less getting shot. So we don't have time to do anything with the mop. But I bet we do have time to get up this ladder onto the roof. I don't think the guard's going to look up. So if you're quick... There we go, we are now on the roof. I have an idea on what we're going to have to do to get rid of this patrolling guard, and that's going to involve this door.
It looked like the door to some sort of utility locker.
Can we trap the guard in here? We'd have to open the door, and when he's in there, we'd then have to close it. I'm going to save again, because I get the feeling we could still die trying this. There's nothing to use or take up here, so we're just going to wait for the guard to go by, and then we're going to quickly go back up the ladder. I think I might have tried this too late. Right, now we need to go back up very quickly. I think we're a little too late. Yes, we are! And we are dead. We need to try that a little bit earlier. Need to basically try it as soon as he's gone past the ladder. Clearly the timing needs to be pretty exact on this, because if we're too slow, we'll die. Just need to wait until you've gone past. Let's try now. You don't actually move until we have the guard all the way over there, which means we don't really have much time to do this. And we can't hide in there because we'll just get shot. What we need to do is very quickly head back up. I think we were fast enough this time. Excellent. And you're going to go in there, and now we're going to close the door on you, and then quickly use the mop on the door. Aha! And now time to use this on the door, to make doubly sure that you can't get out.
Got you.
Excellent. Now we won't get shot. That was very precarious. Let's save, because that could have gone horribly wrong. You need to be very quick with that. At least we can use these portholes to have a look inside at the main cabin. Let's have a look, shall we?
But the collar woman was there. They'll know it was me.
But you have the stone. The right stone, you're sure?
Yes, of course, it's the Jaguar stone. No possible mistake. Here it is. Karzac, please. The police will be looking for me soon. You're going to get me out of the country, aren't you?
Stop your whining, Oubier. Do you have any idea what this stone symbolizes?
I thought you just wanted it to frighten the natives.
Fool. I intend to cast this stone into the sea.
But why? It's unique.
Exactly. With it gone, the Mayan priest's plan to destroy Tezcatlipoca cannot succeed.
I can assure you that Tezcatlipoca is a mythical figure.
Such a small mind you live in. Tezcatlipoca is real. I have seen him in my dreams. We have spoken of his plans for this world. We have spoken of your part in these plans.
My part?
He told me you would be useful. He told me how to crush your spirit by turning you to drugs.
My wife died. You know that full well. She was my world, my everything.
And now, you are no longer useful. She called out your name as she died, you know.
What? What are you saying?
And then they thought you'd done it. It all worked perfectly.
You? It was you? You bastard! You monster! For the love of God, Karzac!
Which one?
Well, that was quite a development. We've discovered that it was Karzac that killed Oubier's wife, and Karzac that's manipulated Oubier into working for the ultimate goal of releasing this god from the smoking mirror. I believe Oubier is dead. Very dead.
Oubier lay sprawled across the table.
And we have the option to try to talk to him, but I think we might want to grab the stone first.
There were no signs of life, but I checked that Oubier really was beyond help.
He is dead. We should grab that stone, but first I'm going to save, because you never know what might happen when you try to grab that stone. I have a theory on what might happen, but I'm going to try and get it anyway.
It was the Jaguar stone that Oubier had stolen from the museum. It was identical in size and shape to the Coyote stone. A stylized carving of a jaguar decorated one side.
I wonder why Karzac didn't grab this immediately and throw it into the sea. The mind boggles, but either way, let's grab
We were
it.
going to need the stone to thwart Karzac. I knew Oubier would have approved. It was the Jaguar stone, all right.
Oh dear, we appear to be being throttled by Karzac.
My sight had become tunnel vision. I knew I was dying.
Clearly we need to struggle here.
I was seconds from death. I had to stop him somehow.
Ah, we have plenty of items that can help here. Time to use the chocolate. That was not the right item. I think I saw the right item though. Let's give that another try, shall we? Let's use this instead. It's sharp enough that it will most certainly help. Time to try this again. This time with less death.
We were going to need the stone to thwart Karzac. I knew Oubier would have approved. It was the Jaguar stone, all right.
Alright, let's use this item. On Karzac.
Pirates? I was about to make good my escape when...
What? Who the hell are you?
I can explain everything.
Don't bother.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were making a movie.
So who are you?
Stobart. George Stobart. 2 B's and 2 T's.
It's okay, Mr. Hawks. He wasn't in the shot.
Hawks? This had to be Carlton Hawks, the newest enfant terrible of Tinseltown. I'd read about him. Mailroom boy makes good. Nice to know it was still possible to get to be a director armed with only an encyclopedic knowledge of postal charges.
Stay out of the way, surfer boy. I'll deal with you later.
Surfer boy?
So we have stumbled inadvertently onto a movie set. There are lots of people to talk to, and I imagine this is going to be where the treasure is. That's going to be a little bit awkward because we're going to have to infiltrate this movie set if we're going to gain access to the treasure. Let's start looking at everyone, shall we? Starting with you.
It was a woman with huge boots and an impressive cleavage.
And this man here.
The kid looked more like a common street punk than a movie star. For some reason, the makeup department had given him a liberal sprinkling of zits.
Time to look at you.
The great director. Well, that's what his pose was supposed to say. He reminded me of Ed Wood.
And now, the cameraman.
It was the cameraman.
And now you.
He was a middle-aged man with a pock-marked face.
And we can actually have a look at what you're sat on.
It was a camera, mounted on a precarious dolly, or whatever they call them.
More importantly, there's lots of food here. Can we grab some of this food?
It was a pile of pancakes which were being devoured by the big guy. He couldn't get enough of them.
I suppose we need to start talking to everyone in a moment, but first let's have a look at this amazing prop.
More Davy Crockett than Long John Silver.
And I imagine there are some extras here that we can talk to, or have they all gone? They have all gone. I have no idea where they've gone, but suffice to say, they have vanished. Okay, time to have a look around everywhere else. Is there anything else that we can look at? We can look at this.
I'd seen a lot of strange things on this island, but here was a bush that was buzzing.
Probably full of insects. Let's have a closer look against my better judgment.
As I walked towards the bush, it started buzzing angrily.
Anything else we can look at? We can look at this.
It looked even worse than the ones I'd just been through.
Ah, that's the jungle. We don't want to go through the jungle. Let's start talking to everyone, shall we? Starting with you. Hello.
Hi there, George Stobart.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Haiku McEwen.
Hello. Would you like some coal?
I may not be making millions of dollars, and I may not have thousands of nubile, if uncritical, young women lusting for my body, but I've got something that you haven't. This small piece of coal.
Man, you're getting freaky on me.
I don't think he wants that small piece of coal.
Is your name really Haiku?
Yeah. It was my mom's idea, okay? When I was born, I was so small and perfectly formed I reminded her of a Japanese poem.
Well, I guess it could have been worse. She could have called you Limerick.
That's my middle name.
Fair enough.
Did you always want to be an actor?
I don't think of what I do as acting, man.
You're not alone.
It's more like I'm the voice of my generation. What I'm saying for the kids on the street.
Which is what? I'm crap, I'm going nowhere?
Huh? What are you saying, man?
Stobart, get out of shot. Positions, everybody.
I'll get a flip chart and explain it to you later, Haiku.
Haiku, baby, are you ready?
Okay, man. Which scene is this?
You've been captured by Silver's accomplice, Pirate Babs, who's fallen in love with you. Okay, people, top of page 76, Sharon.
What about my big speech?
It's been cut. Everybody ready?
Up to speed.
Quiet on the set. Okay, let's make magic.
Oh, please.
And action!
Why don't you forget that dumb old squire and his bunch of merry men? Can't you see we were made for each other?
I know, but Squire Trelawney saved my life, Captain Babs. Why, if it hadn't have been for him, that giant octopus would have made mincemeat out of me.
But right now he thinks you're a traitor. He's locked you out of the stockade, Jimbo.
That 20-foot high wall with spikes might have kept out Silver's men, but it ain't gonna stop me.
Oh, Jimbo.
And cut! Good heavy breathing, Sharon.
Natch, I'm a pro.
Did you get the heavy breathing, Flash?
Did I ever, boss? You should have made this movie in 3D.
Haiku, you were great. We're setting up for the stunt now, so get a bite to eat. Savage, on set, damn it.
I don't think the stuntman looks very much like the person that he's meant to be. But when we come back, folks, we'll see more of this epic drama unfold as we watch a movie being filmed and find some way to inevitably ruin it somehow. Or at the very least, find a way to slot ourselves into it. Because hey, if there's one opportunity that we can have here, it's that we can be in a movie. Besides, we look a little bit more like the actor in question than the stunt double does. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.